Hello engineers and innovators. In today's video, we are going to learn how to draw the isometric view of the casting shown in two views in this figure 7 to 36 volts A. Now this is the figure. Now in this diagram, we can see that this is an orthographic projection showing the top view and the front view. Now we are going to draw the isometric view of this object, of this orthographic projection. So without wasting much time, let's begin. So now in order to draw an isometric projection of this, now we need to draw a baseline. Now this drawing can be drawn with your pair of compasses or with your protractor, but the protractor is a much easier step. So let's draw that 38 millimeters. Okay, look at it, 38. So I'm marking my 38 millimeters at this point. Now let's draw the height of this. So let's mark up the height. This is 12 millimeters at this point, and we are going to draw 120 degree. Look at it, 120 degree at this point here. We're marking it. Now this is the angle that enables this to go up. So let's draw that, and we record that the height of this object is 12 millimeters. So let's mark 12 millimeters along this line. See, 12. Can you see that? That is 10, 11, 12. Marks it there. Then we can now join this point to this point. Okay, right. So we do the same thing that we did here. We take 120 degrees from that point, from the 38 millimeters point. Look at it, 120 degrees. We are marking the top. Okay, now with construction details, we do that. Mark the 12 millimeters height, 12 millimeters here at this point. So now let's join that to this point as a construction detail. So now that we have the framework of this, let's complete this into a rectangular box. So we know that the distance from here to here is 38 millimeters. So we need to get the distance. So we need to complete it over the back. So at that point, now from this we are going to take 60 degrees, not 120 degrees, 60 degrees. Now from that point, now let's mark up our 38 millimeters. 38 millimeters. Now we can join this point to this point. Now we can see that we are getting a framework of what we have here. So we can see that here we have an object that has something cut here. So now let's try to cut it here. They said that the distance from the edge to this point is 11 millimeters. So let's mark up 11 millimeters along the edge of this casting. You can see that. And okay, 11 millimeters, and they also said that the distance from here to here, from the front view, you can see that the distance from here to here is also what, 11. So let's mark up 11 millimeters also at this side and this side. So we'll do that also for the downside, 11 millimeters here, and what, 11 millimeters. Now we can see that the point here is joined to this point. So let's join this point to this point. Let's do that. Okay. And this place to this place like this. So now we need to join all these sides together. Join these sides together. Okay. Now even to the other end we have the same thing that happened here. So, and we said that the distance from the orthographic view, the top view, we can say the distance from here to here is 16. So let's measure what, 16 millimeters like that, and draw it accurately. Okay, 16 also, we can take 15, 16 at this point. Then so we have to do the same thing that we did here to this side. So by measuring 11 millimeters, let's measure it. Okay, this is 10 and this is 11 right here. So we'll join these points to that point. Okay, now that we have this, now we can see that the distance from the edge to where the block is 8 millimeters. So let's measure what, 8 millimeters. So this will be 8 here. And measure the 8 from the we have 8 here. So let's just draw the line across as a construction detail. Now the block is 22 millimeters, a cube of 22 millimeters. So let's get 22 millimeters. 22, yes, we have 22 here, and also okay, 22 here. So we join this to this. 8 millimeters the gap. So we take on 8 here, and 8 here. Join this. Okay, they say the length of this is 22 millimeters. So we are gonna take 22 and 22. Okay. Now that we have the schematics of what we are about to draw, now they say that the gap from here to here is 8 millimeters, and which means that the gap from here to here is also 8 millimeters since this is a cube. So I'm going to measure 8 millimeters from this point, and also 8 millimeters from this point. Join it together. Now we can darken this point since we are about to draw what, a cube. Since we're about to draw a cube, and the 22 millimeters for the cube here, can also darken this point. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so we are going to erect this figure up because we have it above, elevated at 15 millimeters upward. So I'm going to align the protractor with this point, then mark 120 degrees here. 120 degrees. That will give us our elevated view. Now, according to what we have there, our height is 15 millimeters. 15 millimeters. So this is 15 millimeters here. Darken it. We also do the same thing that we did here to this point here. Okay, so at that point, we mark 120 degrees here. Okay, draw it upward. Then, since it's 15 millimeters, we darken the 15 millimeters height. Do the same thing also for here. Okay, now from this part reading up to this is 120 degrees and not 60 degrees. So take it like that. Then our 15 millimeters, now 15 millimeters upwards. Then you can now join all the sides together, this and this. So since this is a cube, since this is a cube of equal sides, we can just mark from this point to the point along the straight line. We can mark 22 millimeters upward. At that point, you can join this point to that and also do the same thing for the opposite side, like this. Now we have our elevated cube upwards. Now we need also this block, this hole in the block. So we said that the distance from the orthographic view, the top view, the distance from the edge to the block is 11 millimeters, which means here is also 11 millimeters. So let's measure 11 millimeters here and measure 11 millimeters here. Then we can join it together. Okay. Then the distance from here to here is 16, so let's get that 16. Okay, here also 16. We join this. So since we have drawn it, we can now darken all the sides necessary. This. Okay, then our height is 12 millimeters, so our height should reflect here. This is 12 millimeters, and this, because from the orthographic projection through the hole in the block, the height will show, and also what the depth. So we have successfully drawn the isometric view of this casting shown in orthographic projection. Thank you guys. Please like and subscribe to my video. See you in my next video.